Guys, do subscribe the Gate Hunt and press the bell icon to receive notifications on latest jobs updates, Gate talks and video lectures on Gate and IES. Hello guys, so welcome to this 13th lecture of ICT for GS for IES. So today we are starting with the new chapter, that is wireless technologies used in ICT. So this wireless means that there is no physical connection between two devices, but still we can create a communication between these two devices using some technologies. Therefore, there are some technologies which we are using to establish the connection in wireless mode. So we are going to discuss today about these technologies which are used to establish the connection in wireless mode. So guys, these technologies are NFC, Wi-Fi, WiMAX, Li-Fi, Wi-Fi, Project Loon and Bluetooth. So like this, we have various wireless communication technologies which we are using in networking in ICT. So guys, first of all, let's talk about this NFC. So now we are going to see what are the various specifications of NFC and how it is making the communication between two devices in the wireless technology. So this NFC stands for Near Field Communication. It is the standard to create a communication between two devices. Okay, so the distance that this technology can cover to establish the communication between any two devices is 10 centimeters, and data rate provided by this NFC technology to create a communication between two devices is 400 kbps, whereas the frequency range provided by this NFC is up to 13.54 megahertz. Guys, moving on, this NFC provides two types of communication between two devices, which are device to tag communication and device to device communication. So first of all, let us discuss about what is this device to tag communication means. So in this device to tag communication, a device sends data to the tag with 13.54 MHz frequency. And once the tag is charged, then it can transfer the same data to another device. So one example of this device to tag communication is Metro Coins. So guys, if you have seen Metro Coins, then whenever you ask ticket provider that I have to go to this place, then the ticket provider will first charge the coin and then he will give it to you. Then you take that coin to the entry path and scan it, and then it allows you to enter into the metro station. So this metro coin is having this NFC tag. So this is how this device to tag communication takes place. Guys, moving on, let's talk about this device to device communication. So in device to device communication, a device can both send and receive the data. That is, for example, let us say that is this is the device D1 and this is device D2. Then this device D1 can send the data and D2 can receive it, whereas this device D2 can send the data and D1 can receive it. So a real-time example of this device to device communication is Samsung Pay. So in Samsung mobiles, we are having this feature called Samsung Pay. Using this app, we can make the money transfer from one mobile device to another device. So this is what device to device communication is. So guys, these are some real-time examples for device to tag communication and device to device communication. Guys, now we will see the next wireless communication technology, that is Bluetooth. So some features of Bluetooth are that it is called as wireless PAN, where this PAN stands for Personal Area Network. Guys, IEEE standard for Bluetooth is 802.15. It can connect up to maximum of 7 devices. That is, using the Bluetooth, a device can transfer the data to maximum 7 devices at a time, which means we are having an interconnection between these number of devices. So that means a network is formed. So what does this network is called? So this Bluetooth network is also called PicoNet. Guys, data rate that is provided by this Bluetooth is 2 Mbps to 25 Mbps, and the frequency range of Bluetooth is 2.4 gigahertz. Guys, distance that this Bluetooth can cover to establish communication between any two devices is 10 meters. Moreover, it provides 128-bit encryption for data transmission. Guys, as we have discussed in earlier lectures, encryption is responsible to convert plain text to ciphertext. Ciphertext here means meaningless data. So, as we have discussed in earlier lectures, that encryption is responsible to convert plain text to ciphertext in order to protect it from third-party user. So, we can say that compared to NFC, Bluetooth is providing more security, because in case of Bluetooth, a 128-bit encryption for data transmission is provided. Moreover, in case of Bluetooth, signal reliability is there. That is, if some interruption happens, it is not affected by that interruption. Whereas in case of Wi-Fi, the Wi-Fi signals get interrupted due to electronic devices. That is, for example, let us consider that this is my Wi-Fi router and here I have to send the Wi-Fi signals, but in between these two, there is an electronic device present. So the Wi-Fi signals that are going from this router to this person will get affected due to this electronic device. So in Wi-Fi there is less signal reliability. Guys, talking about the next wireless technology, that is Wi-Fi. Some main features of Wi-Fi are that it stands for wireless fidelity. Moreover, the IEEE standard for this Wi-Fi is 802.11. It can connect up to 255 devices at a time. Moreover, it consumes more power compared to Bluetooth. So if you transfer data using Bluetooth feature from one mobile to another, then the consumption of battery is very less. But if you use this Wi-Fi feature to transfer data from one mobile to another, then there is a huge amount of battery consumption in that case. So moving on to the next feature of this Wi-Fi, it provides 256-bit encryption for data transmission. Guys, the frequency range that is provided by Wi-Fi is 5 GHz. Whereas if we talk about Bluetooth, it can cover up to 2.4 GHz. Guys, data rate that is offered by this Wi-Fi is up to 250 Mbps. Moving on, this Wi-Fi is not reliable with respect to signal strength, but Bluetooth is reliable with respect to signal strength. Guys, distance covered by this Wi-Fi technology is 100 meters. Guys, coming to the next wireless technology, that is WiMAX. It stands for Worldwide Interoperability Microwave Access. So the IEEE standard for this WiMAX is 802.16, whereas for Bluetooth it was 802.15 and for Wi-Fi it was 802.11. Now the distance covered by this WiMAX is 50 km and the frequency range in case of licensed WiMAX is 10 to 66 GHz, whereas in case of unlicensed WiMAX, the frequency range offered is 2 to 11 GHz. Guys, moving on, let's talk about the next wireless technology, that is Wi-Fi. So this Wi-Fi stands for White Space Wi-Fi. It is also referred as Super Wi-Fi. The IEEE standard for Wi-Fi is 802.11 AF and the frequency range that is offered by this Wi-Fi is 470 to 710 megahertz. So how Wi-Fi is providing internet connectivity between devices? So for that, in India we have cable TV coverage frequency which is 200 to 600 megahertz. So out of this 200 to 600 megahertz frequency, are we using all the frequencies? No, we are not using all the frequencies. So we are using only around 20% of the frequency out of this 200 to 600 megahertz frequency, which means that the remaining 80% frequency are unused. So using this unused 80% of frequency ranges or frequency channels or frequencies, we are able to create the internet connectivity between the stations or between the devices using this Wi-Fi. So this Wi-Fi is using 80% of unused cable TV frequency in order to provide the internet connectivity between the stations. So this is what the Wi-Fi is. And these unused frequencies are called white spaces. So this is what I have written below. So the sixth point is that Wi-Fi is the term being used to describe the use of Wi-Fi technology within the cable TV unused frequency spectrum. And the unused portion of TV frequency is called white space. So using this white space, we are providing wireless connectivity. So that is why we call it white space Wi-Fi. So guys, using this white space, we can provide internet service through these unused frequency channels in the concept of Wi-Fi. Guys, moving on to the next wireless communication technology, that is Li-Fi. So this Li-Fi stands for light fidelity. It is also same as Wi-Fi, but only difference between Wi-Fi and Li-Fi is that in case of Wi-Fi, we use radio waves for transferring the data between two stations, whereas in case of Li-Fi, we use light for transferring the data between two stations. Guys, the data rate that is provided by Li-Fi is 100 to 224 Gbps and the frequency range of Li-Fi is 10 times more than Wi-Fi. So how it is transferring the data between two devices?
It is using common household LED bulbs to enable the data transfer. So this LED bulb is providing some light. Using that light, it can make the data transmission between two devices. So this is what Li-Fi is. So this Li-Fi is used in airlines, hospitals and undersea explorations. Guys, moving on, now let's talk about the next wireless communication technology, that is Project Loon. So it is the wireless communication project offered by the Google. So guys, before knowing about this Project Loon, first of all, tell me one answer of one question. So the question is, do you think that this entire world is having internet connection? No. So to provide internet connection in those areas where this internet connection is not available, we are using this Project Loon. So in this Project Loon, it is a set of balloons that provides the internet connection to those areas where the wired infrastructure is not possible. So guys, frequency range of this Project Loon wireless technology is from 2.4 GHz to 5.8 GHz, and the data rate provided by this Project Loon wireless technology is 10 to 20 Mbps. Moreover, the distance covered by this Project Loon wireless technology is 20 km, and the lifetime of a balloon used in this Project Loon technology is up to 400 days. So guys, what is happening in Project Loon is, let us say that these are various balloons installed at a specific height from mean sea level, and these balloons are getting signals from some ISP, that is Internet Service Provider, and each balloon is covering a distance of around 20 kilometers. So this distance is about 20 kilometers. So this 20-kilometer distance may have various hilly areas or forest areas, etc. So this is how, using this Project Loon concept, we can provide internet connectivity to those areas where the wired infrastructure is not possible. So alright guys, that's it about wireless technologies in ICT. So in the next lecture, we will start with the next chapter.
Guys, do hit the like button and do subscribe the Gate Hunt and press the bell icon to receive notifications on latest jobs updates, Gate talks and video lectures on Gate and IES.